Oh, hi, my name is Louise.
Can you
Oh, we
hear
got
that?
it. Excellent,
Got it.
excellent.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Louise.
thank you. Hi, Louise.
Hello. Okay.
So, I want to echo to see you. I'm one of those that's been here a long time that kind of come and go.
She's the OG.
But I've always appreciated and loved what Paula has done for us. She brought a conversation into the community that wasn't here.
Mhm.
And what I take away, I think most of all, is very simple of compassion and loving kindness. And I really try to incorporate that into my daily life. Not always successful, but it's a concept there that really makes sense to me, and it makes it a better world if I remember to practice it.
Mm. Yes. And yeah, hearing is easy. Practicing is
Right.
a little more challenging. Yes.
And I'm one of the other old-timers.
Yeah.
Um, I so admire your commitment to everybody else. No matter what is going on, especially in your own life. You know, you don't quit for all, you just never quit. And that's just wonderful. Well, you made
So close.
sure. Waiting for me. I don't prove this.
Yeah.
You kind of, there's different levels for wherever anybody is at in Dharma. And those of us who are a little bit working on the Nundro practices, some people are really, really diligent. And it's a good example for those of us who are less diligent and even less diligent. I will be doing it till I die.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I think it's really important. Like that's something, when I was writing the newsletter and I sent it to someone to help prove so that it, wasn't making mistakes, it sounded good, whatever. And they were like, well, why are you mentioning these people who are doing serious practice? Like, that's not anything to do with it. And I was like, what? What did you just say? No, people who are practicing in whatever way, that's like the whole reason we're here. I mean, even if somebody's like comes to meditation and decides, well, I'm going to meditate, half an hour a month, like that's already half an hour a month more meditation than I would have done in the past, and for people who are, I've committed and taken refuge in bodhicitta vows and, opted to do a more serious, difficult and challenging practice for years on end. I mean, how long has it been since you guys been doing Nundra? How long? Do you know?
I looked at when we started keeping the numbers on the Google form.
Yeah.
Was like 7 years ago, and we started to do it before that.
And it started what?
And we started doing it before that.
Yeah.
Like
So
the first numbers I entered on the Google form are the way I kind of.
Okay.
And that was on basis.
So at least 7 years, and continuing this practice through life, like some of you guys mentioned. Like, this life happens, and people are busy, and it's difficult to find extra time to do practice or to volunteer or to do things that are not just like, I think most people are just on kind of a triage mentality of like, okay, what do I have to do today? And just scrambling to get that done. I know this because I live this, For me, it's like I've been so fortunate in the Dharma, like crazy fortunate, And when I started out, it was just like everything just raining down on me with great ease, It's like, oh, I can do retreat. Oh, I'll do this other retreat. And oh, look, I can go here and do retreat, and that must be easy for everyone. Woo, And then I came back here and I was like, no, it's not like that. It's really hard for people, even to access authentic Dharma. It's really difficult. I mean, and there's so much BS out there, even calling itself Buddhism, and to sort of illustrate like what, what are people dealing with. I just typed in on Amazon, just typed in Buddhism, and something like 3,000 or 5,000, something crazy huge number of books came up. And I was like, how is anybody supposed to weed this out? How is anybody supposed to understand this? You know? And for me, that was like me wanting to share the Dharma with people, because I'm like, at least they can get some kind of basic understanding, basic understanding, and then kind of move forward from there. And, I'm not interested in converting anybody. And my teachers are not interested in converting anybody. It's never been my goal. But at least to give people a foundation from which they can make their own decisions. I don't like honey Pomo, she gets on my nerves. Which some people have said and left, as they were just like, ugh, Pomo, there, okay, that's fine. That's fine with me, not everybody's gonna die, then I encourage them, please go find something somewhere else where you're happy, find some other group or teacher or whatever that makes you happy. I'm not enlightened, and I have all my faults, and I really, really wish I didn't. But because I think that people would be more inspired, and that's why I've been like trying so hard for all these years to get like regular Lama business and stuff, so you guys would connect with somebody who has like really reached that goal, instead of somebody who's like HOTTO, like it's fun, it's nice, but
Oh, I disagree with that.
Yeah, I do. If anybody watches the video back, they'll see that I'm shaking my head. If you don't mind,
I was too.
if you don't mind me jumping in with,
Yes.
with the thing I was going to say, because that's kind of a perfect segue.
you get on my nerves right now. Fine, go ahead. Jesus. I've just said that you were one of my favorite people, but not changing them. Go ahead. I'm teasing you. Go ahead.
No, but like, but like immediately, like, this isn't. Look, I'm not saying that you're wrong or anything, like, for saying, that obviously, yes, it's very important for us to have contact with enlightened teachers. Obviously, I'm not arguing with that. I immediately shook my head no when you said that you feel like people would be more inspired, because I just know that, at least for me, the thing that this place has brought me and that you have brought me is really accessibility. It's not, I mean, this was one of the first places that I looked up whenever I moved to this area, and actually I was way over farther east back then, like 5 years ago. And I chose to come all the way out here because, number one, I mean, obviously one of the Tibetan Buddhist places that was in the area, but more than that, I just got such a good feeling and a good welcoming atmosphere from even just looking at the website at the time. And I've always been proven right. This place has always just felt really peaceful and really just right to me. And in particular, you, Palmo, are something that is so hard to find, in that the way that you talk and your flaws and the way that you wear them on your sleeve and the way that you talk real about things is so important to me, because it reminds me that, that I can do this too. I know I've said stuff to you like this before, but it's really important to me. And I know that it's really important to other people too. It's, I see, again, I don't want to talk about, you know, I don't want to say that I know better than anything else or whatever, but you've always said, you know, that you've always talked about how surprised you were when Rinpoche sent you here. And to me, it's always felt like, well, there's no surprise in that. You're perfect for this job. No, but like,
No, thank
no,
you.
but
That's
it
very
means,
kind, very kind.
it means a lot to me as a queer person, as a trans person, as a neurodivergent person, to see someone who is so dedicated to the Dharma and so dedicated to this and does so much and creates such a space that connects us authentically to the Dharma and is also there aren't the barriers, there's not the misunderstanding or the judgment that can come from other places.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
May I jump in?
Even though I was yelling, I so appreciate
May I jump in after that? Because I was with everything. And I forgot.
it.
I agree with everything you said. And I'm not one of the old timey people. We've been coming about like less than a year, coming up on a year, starting with Miss Sheila's class. And we live right around the corner. But you asked like what we've gained for my family of my husband and my two little kids. Everything. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Thanks. Thank you. Everything because we also have a lot of neurodivergence and queerness in our household and other things and my family. I mean, I don't have a problem. Sorry to my mother if she watches this YouTube. We are all
I'm gonna send it to her. Can you?
in my immediate household and struggled with cognitive dissonance of a spiritual home for a very, very long time. And just literally stumbled upon this space and came in and immediately found our new spiritual home. That's made me a better, it made all of us better human beings. My husband and I better parents, like remarkably so. Mm-hmm. And it's changed the trajectory of my children's lives. Mm-hmm. And I literally texted the first time before we came, and I don't know if you answered it or if it was Eileen. And I was like, can I really bring my two little kids? Like, they're insane. It was very like, of course. And it's like the welcomeness with which we are met and our kids are met is absolutely completely unmatched. I've been to quite a few Catholic parishes in Cleveland in the 17 years I've lived here. So, and not that those are the only spiritual homes and not that we were here because of that, but we have a spiritual void that is filled and it will until we die also, unquestionably. And because of you, so I am dealing a lot of grief over it closing, but I'm glad to hear Eileen say that this is, she's optimistic. I believe you. I believe you.
I am too, actually. It's just hard to say goodbye, but I do
feel like we just got started.
I know. And I thought about you so much. And I was just like, oh no, because you had just been telling me what it meant to you to be able to come here. And I just, at that time, I was like, cool, they keep coming, it'd be great, and then so when this all happened, I was like, no, so I was really happy. I mean, managed so quickly to get us set up at the library. So
yes,
we can continue this. And, we'll be starting new classes in the fall also. So, but we just gotta wait a while so we can get all this wrapped up first. And then we start thinking about new classes. But we will be resuming our other classes, the Bodhisattva seminar and the Words of the Perfect Teacher class. Those will continue in October. Does anyone else like to speak? Yes, Rachel. Okay, so hang on a second. Can you think turn me up this face down? Dreaded, horrible fan. Thanks. It's still gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
And speak a little louder. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
So I was really active more 2017 until the pandemic. And so when I speak about how important this place is to me, it's sort of in reflection of everything that happened then and what has happened in my life since then, which I could never have anticipated. And it's extremely important to me. This place, you know, I, I suffer and at the time then I'm not even sure how aware I even was of that, but I knew I needed a place and came here and found what I needed to help me get started and create some really strong roots. I remember one of the first things was a workshop where we read the Pema Chodron book, Start Where You Are, and about self-compassion, right? And how that taught me, like, honestly, that experience reached so deep into me. I could feel it so deeply, and that it changed something deeply in me just through that book club experience of exploring that, and gave me what I needed to really start recovery in a real way, and kept coming back. The next thing, I was hosting a foreign exchange student from Thailand. And
I remember.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
from Thailand. She was going to Lakewood High School here. And, you know, honestly, this place, being able to bring her here made such an incredible difference for her personally, and for me and her experience, and a place for us to come and connect while with something bigger than ourselves, which made us have a deeper experience together, right? And it was really fundamentally important for her experience here. I don't know, it would have been so different for her to not have that while she was here. But continuing in my recovery, all of the things that you share with us, right? Of course, the meditations for me are always the most important, because the experience, right, of how that feels in your body when you're learning to listen, and when you're learning to, like, capture a moment, and the joy of that experience, that I wasn't personally getting that in any other place in my life. So when we're talking about connection to place, I can remember sitting here close to these windows and listening to traffic, listening to the noise outside, observing things around, the colors, and just being able to be present, right? And what that gave me in terms of so many strong roots that I needed in order to make these incredible changes in my life. And of course, I'm referring to PTSD, but it's bigger than that. But when it comes to, like, a manifestation of a karmic cycle, I don't know if there's one that's better than post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, the capacity, the foundation that this gave me in order to let me grow, and start to escape that, right? And find peace instead of constant dynamic energy of that experience. And it gave me that peace. And then going after that, always being welcome here, right? So maybe not always being here, but always being welcome here, and how important that is too, to be able to come every time and receive that warm, kind welcome. I mean, it just helps to reassure me throughout that whole process, because I'm such a different person now. And this has been a huge component of that for me. So I cannot, I mean, eternally grateful. Can't express the gratitude.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I do want to emphasize something here, in that, you know, it's really the power of the Dharma, you know, that you're experiencing, that, you know, all the guys are experiencing, all of you. friends, ladies, gentlemen, babies, all of you. Okay. The Dharma is really so powerful and so special, you know, and I'm not denying, that, of course, I'm the conduit for that here. So of course I have something to do with it, and I reluctantly accept that. It's hard for me to accept that, but I do accept that. And that, it's also to Rinpoche and Jigme Rinpoche, our teachers, and Taklama Rinpoche, and Tugu Rinpoche is the one who sent me here. Like I would have never come here, if it wasn't for him. And I would not have stayed either if it wasn't for him. So, you know, um, I always told people, like, if you have a problem, you can always just write to Rinpoche. I'm happy to go back to France. And you, please write to him and ask him. So obviously he saw a need and felt that, I could help to facilitate that expression of the Dharma. So, and I'm so just leaving. Very proud of you guys, with you people. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to say you guys because it's a gender thing, but I don't know what else to say. Y'all. Y'all. Really, because it takes courage, to come here and walk through the doors when you don't know anything about Buddhism, and I know there's often hesitation, like, oh, what's going to happen? And sometimes I get emails like, what should I wear? What should I do? How do I do? That's totally understandable, So it takes an amount of bravery and courage just to walk in the door, much less to really listen and try to learn meditation and then do a class and, decide to practice at home and do retreat, and especially to try to bring the teachings into practice in your daily life. That is like chef's kiss, that's really the best thing, coming here meditating once a week or whatever you can make it is great, But if we just are, as I've been saying all these years, it's not much point if we're just leaving the Dharma on the cushion and then going out into our daily lives and forgetting it. Same with classes or serious practice or anything else. So, and I've seen it myself. I've seen it in people and heard it. Just the difference that it makes in their life. But that difference is not because of me. It's not even because of the Dharma. And ultimately, it's because of you taking it seriously, and making the choice to try to implement these teachings. That's the thing that works. We can listen to the Dharma until we're blue in the face, but it's up to us. Like, we're the only ones, and this has also often been my frustration, it's like, because so many people are like, yes, I want to practice, but not really I have other things, right? And, that's been, I think I was just saying to somebody the other day, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to go to everybody's house and drag them to the center, What am I supposed to do? I don't know, So I have to, yeah, to, I've had to learn so much myself, through this process. I mean, I've had to learn and I have, a lot of things. I still have a lot to learn, but, one of those things is like, I can't control anybody else, so I do my best and then I have to let it go, and people surprise me, like it's very nice, to hear what you guys are saying, what y'all are saying, because I don't know what's going on in your life, and I can't guess, I have no idea. So if somebody comes and then I don't see them again, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Why aren't they coming back? Oh, they must just, they're not practicing, or it doesn't mean anything to them, or whatever. And that's not true. I'm sure it is true sometimes, you know, but F those people, no. That's easy, but, you know, it's, it's challenging all around, I think, you know. And, you know, that includes, you know, myself, you know, the challenge of, and I don't like to be the boss. I don't like to lead. I don't like that. I like to be second. I like to assist, you know. And now I'm like, what is it? You know, so, yeah. So I'm very, very pleased to hear what you have to say. And, you know, please continue to practice at home, you know, and please, when we have things, because it really does make a big difference for everybody else. You know, the fact that you're here makes a difference to everybody else in the room, you know. So if you're able to make events like meditation and Buddha sadhana, and when we have other events, like we want to have a pet blessing maybe in October, we got to set up for that. But I think I should get a dog first. Anyway, I've been wanting a dog for so long. You know, Omani passed away, you know, last year. Did you know that, George?
Yes,
You remember, right? I put it on
yes, you
Facebook.
put it on Facebook.
Yeah. He was the best dog.
Good boy.
Yeah, so we want to do that. Some stuff like that, you know, when we want to find a place to do, we every year we have our Thanksgiving potluck, vegan Thanksgiving potluck, and we find a place to do that, you know, and you know, who knows, like maybe we'll find another place that isn't that, you know, this place was, it was, anyway, that's, you know, anybody else have something to say?
I'm
Hmm?
sorry. You
Yes.
don't mind me saying something again?
No, I don't. I didn't mind the first time. I'm sorry I gave you such a hard time.
It's okay. You're allowed.
I just knew it was gonna be embarrassing for me. So I was trying to.
Of course. No, this is just reminding me a lot of, I'm gonna try to make this make sense as much as I can.
Make it make sense.
I'm gonna make it make sense. This is just reminding me so much of when, during, the class that we did for, looking at gender and transness in the Dharma that we did, you know, just like a month ago. There was, because in one of our readings, this was brought up and we kind of asked the question of everybody in the class of, you know, the saying of that, the pure water of the Dharma takes the shape of the container that you pour it in. And we asked people, and because the point that someone was making in one of our readings was the question of what does it look like to pour the Dharma into a queer container? And we asked that question of people, and it was very interesting because it's just an interesting question to ask of like how to visualize that. So it's reminding me of that because the container that, you know, you were saying, like, it's the power of the Dharma that everyone's talking about here. And that's so true. And I don't know, it's just an appreciation for this is the container that it's been poured in, you know, for us. And the shape of that container might change a little bit, but that's the beautiful thing about the Dharma is it's like pure water. It'll take the shape of whatever vase or container or Tupperware or whatever we want to say that it is. You know, it'll still be there and it'll still take that shape. You know, it's just important to recognize and support and protect that container too.
So, yes.
So I want to give God, even though I haven't been here in a long time. But I remember meeting you in, gosh, I think it was Delphic Books.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And you were giving a talk.
Yeah.
And I happened to be there and I'm like, oh, this lady's okay. Because you know, you kind of gave the story of how you found all this
Mhm.
and, you know, in your wanderings and travelings and I just felt, oh, she's a for real person, you know,
Mhm.
just down to earth and I don't think anyone really expects a quote enlightened teacher
Mhm.
because to me that's only a temporary state anyway. You just visit that, right? Even the Dalai Lama, when he meditates, he
Mhm.
might reach a very high or fine state, uh
No, he's always enlightened.
but he has to come back and do the dishes, doesn't he?
No. Someone else does the dishes for him. It's the Dalai freaking Lama, so yeah, I'm pretty sure someone else does the dishes for him. But I get where you're coming from,
But
but it is, I just need to correct, I'm
There's a
sorry.
temporary higher state, and one needs to go and go home and take care of the kids and
Yes,
you know the exchange student
I
or
understand.
yeah.
Yes, but I'm sorry. Once you are enlightened, you are always enlightened. You don't go in and out of enlightenment. So when someone of the Dalai Lama's level of accomplishment is in meditation, his mind is the same, whether it's in meditation or washing the dishes that he never washes, I'm sure. It probably takes him to the sink, I would imagine. But apart from that, I don't know, maybe he does. Who knows? I doubt it. But I just needed because this my role as NA, you know, I would rather just let everything slide, but I can't. So, but I get your point, and I appreciate that very much. Yes, and I really miss seeing you, George. You know,
Good to see you too.
it was so nice having you in class all those years ago, and we just had such a nice time. You're at Delphi, you did classes, you did some,
We had a good group.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we still have a good group. You know, I mean, this is the other thing that I want to say, and I know we can, you know, we need to move along, but you know, another thing I wanted to say is just like the group here too, you know, like it's not just me, right? When you walk in the door, not just seeing me, you're usually not seeing me actually. You're seeing volunteers, seeing, you know, Sheila and you know, and what's her name over there? I mean, who I see every day, but I'm so bad with names. And I'm serious, you know, just so you know. And don't be embarrassed, don't feel bad if I don't remember your name. Like literally my own family, sometimes I forget. So um anyway, it's not about that, obviously. But I just wanted to say it's the group as a whole, you know, is welcoming and so kind and you know, really nice, genuinely kind people, you know, who are doing their best to put the teachings into practice, to offer what they can, you know, to practice when they can and all of that, you know, this I have no doubt, you know. So I really want to extend my gratitude to, you know, all of you know, for coming here and for in whatever way that you participate, you know, whether it's maybe your first time here, so you get to be at the goodbye party on your first day, or whether you've been, you know, coming for 20 years, you know, which Louise, weren't you around in like 2003?
I was.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, more than 20 years.
The Friends
Yeah,
meeting house.
right. In University Circle.
Right.
And you were at that terrible venue at the church too.
Church of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Oh.
God, I hated that room. They were very nice people, but they gave us this room that looked like it's very dark and it had like these concrete walls with what looked like bullet holes in them. And I was just like, wow. Peace, you know. So yeah. So
Ask a silly logistical question.
sure.
At the library, where is it gonna be, like in that basement room? that
It's
we-
going to be in the meeting room, which
Mhm.
is the one directly across from the auditorium.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So when you go
Okay.
in, when you park in the parking lot
Mhm.
and you go in the back door,
Mhm.
because that's where the parking lot is, just go straight down the stairs or the
To the
elevator.
left, right?
Yeah, to your left,
Mhm.
and then it will be the first door on your left once you get inside the
Yep.
the hallway
I wasn't
there.
sure if it was meeting, I forget what it was called, the auditorium, but it's across the hall from that.
Yeah, across from the auditorium. Don't go to the meeting room that's in the back of the children's area.
Okay, no, I won't go there.
Are you children allowed in the library?
Oh my gosh, they get yelled at for going in the basement all the time. But Eileen was very nice the last time. She took us on a little like personal tour down there. They just have like elevators.
I just-
Like, this is the library.
No, your kids need it back.
I appreciate you
They
saying that.
really- No, come on.
They'll probably like the ramp up
They
there.
will be very excited that we're going to the library.
Oh, good, good, good.
Every time we go past, even my 3-year-old goes meditation center. So I'm sad that he's going.
Well, yeah.
Well, we should probably make that room, we can decorate a little bit. I actually ordered the stuff so we can put some decorations up on the wall while we're there.
Okay, that's
So,
nice,
'cause
thank
it's,
you.
it's a very plain room, but,
Yeah, Well-
we are very welcome there.
Yeah.
And,
Great.
they've actually talked about expansion if we need it and
Nice.
gave me permission to move the furniture if we need more room for meditation cushions. And
okay. Well,
so we
yeah,
can talk
well,
about that another time.
Yeah.
This
so
logistics.
thank you, yeah, that's great. So I think that's all. And I have to say again, just really warms like literally my heart feels more warm. I'm not even kidding. This feels. So thank you for everything that you said. It's really important that I understand that because normally I'm not thinking it that way. It's just my trauma.
Your brain goblins.
My brain goblins, thank you. My neurospicy brain goblins are never satisfied. Okay. Yeah. Cool. There we go. Right. All right, so let's do a little bit of meditation, okay? Everybody's sitting very well. So we want to take and maintain meditation posture, which everyone is doing quite nicely. Make sure the back is straight. Breathing through the nose. Ideally, the eyes are open, looking down in front of you, a few feet. Just a relaxed, lowered gaze. Bring your awareness to the sensation of the breath coming in and out of the nose. Try to maintain a relaxed and spacious awareness of that sensation, letting the thoughts come and go without judging or chasing after them. Allowing the lung to start and also to finish. And begin to count the breaths, counting either every in breath or every out breath up to a total of 10 complete breaths. If you lose count, no big deal. Just come back, start again at 1. If you get to 10, it's also no big deal. Just come back and start again at 1. So, and please begin that now. And we're going to move into a brief homeland practice of exchange. And I'm just going to walk you through that. So we're going to begin. I'm going to ring the gong, and then please listen to the sound as long as you can hear it, and then just let your mind rest. So we're not trying to concentrate on anything like we were trying to concentrate on the breath. At the same time, we're not just letting the thoughts go wherever, just settling the mind. And then I'll walk you through the rest of the practice. Now imagine in your heart center, so the middle of your chest, a very bright white light like a shining star, with light going in all directions. Then consider that you're breathing in gray smoke, hot, dark, and heavy, through all the pores of your body. All of that smoke dissolves into the white light in your heart center until there's not a single particle of smoke left. There's only light. You breathe out white light through all the pores of your body. The light is cool and clear, very bright. Disseminating that light through every pore of your body in all directions. So normally we would choose an individual to work with, either someone that we love a great deal, someone who's neutral to us, or someone we dislike, or ourselves. But today we're going to think about the greater Cleveland area. And the reason is because we really want to be able to give them access to the Dharma, to help them to be inspired to find the Dharma, whether it's with us or a book or some of one of the other centers, or it doesn't matter. You know, whether they become Buddhist or not, it doesn't matter. There's so much here that can benefit. So with that in mind, just imagine the whole greater Cleveland area. We'll go beyond that. So if you're not in the greater Cleveland area, don't worry, we'll get there. So just imagine first all the people in Lakewood. Make it a circle all around. And then all the people in Cleveland all around. It's a big circle all around you. And then all the east side burbs. All the west side suburbs. Southern suburbs. And the people all over Ohio. We'll start there. I'm just thinking of all of these people and the sufferings that they go through on a regular basis. Physical, maybe they're sick, maybe they have other kind of physical difficulties. Mentally, emotionally suffering from depression or addiction, anxiety, PTSD, all these things. Maybe they're worried about money, or they're having trouble with their kids or their parents or at school or at work, whatever it is. Just think of that. Generate really heartfelt compassion for them. The wish that they would be free of this suffering once and for all. And then consider that their suffering takes the form of gray smoke, hot, dark, and heavy. It leaves all of them and it comes to you. And with a great deal of love and compassion, courage, just breathe that in through all the pores of your body. All of that smoke dissolves into the white light in your heart center. Until there's not a single particle of smoke left, there's only light. And then we offer all these beings your own happiness, giving it away, your own good fortune, which is tremendous considering you have access to the Dharma, interest enough to practice and study. It's extraordinarily rare and the result of an immense, immeasurable amount of merit. They need that, but we offer it to them, along with the wish that they have anything and everything they need to feel better, and the wish that they attain full enlightenment in this very life. And all of that takes the form of white light, cool, clean, clear, very bright. And you breathe that out through all the pores of your body, each and every pore emanating a ray of very bright white light, which is cool, clean, clear, very bright, light in weight, emanating that in every direction. And when these rays of light touch all these beings, each individually, all of these people in Lakewood, in the greater Cleveland area, and all of Ohio, all of their suffering just lifts off of them and disappears. And they feel so relieved and so happy and peaceful. You feel joyful for being able to do this for them. Now we extend that out to include all of America, all of the United States, all of North and South America, the whole planet, and finally all sentient beings, wherever they are in whatever realm. And we do the same, considering their sufferings, whatever they may be, physically, mentally, emotionally, forming a strong, heartfelt wish that they be free of suffering once and for all. And then offering them your own happiness, your own merit, your own good fortune, anything at all that they may need, and the wish that they attain full enlightenment. And all of that takes the form of white light, cool, clean, clear, very bright. Breathe out this white light through all the pores of your body. It goes in every direction as far as the eye can see. And when these rays of light touch all of these beings, each individually, their suffering just lifts off of them, disappears like fog in the morning sun. They feel so relieved to be free of this weight of suffering and pain. They feel so relaxed and peaceful, joyful. And you feel really joyful too, being able to do this for them. Now let go of the visualization altogether, gently bringing the mind back to the sensation of the breath at the end of the nose. And just allowing that sensation to bring and keep the mind in the present moment, here and now. We're going to do these vacation players, Richard. We're going to say the long life prayers for our teachers, beginning with the long life of the soul is the divine long life. We'll say each one of these once in English, once in Tibetan. Once in English and twice in Tibetan. And then the other side will take it up. Small break so I can explain something and then we'll continue. Okay. Can you put the light on, please, for them? And if this is not your jam, then you don't want to participate, this fine. Let me go, oh, if that's okay. See there, nobody heard me. You heard me. You heard me. Okay. Okay, oh, yeah, that's one. In the celestial realm encircled by snow peaks, you are the source of every happiness and benefit. And safetyness, ability to far and soft. May your lotus feet remain firm for 100 years. Kanri wawe koe shinkam su benam de wan chumene. Chere simon tenzing gam su yi. Shabe gam yaba chu jengyo shi. Kanri wawe koe shinkam su benam de wan chumene. Chere simon tenzing gam su yi. Shabe gam yaba chu jengyo shi. Now you make answer the shape. Om Swasti in the vast expanse of your fearless wisdom, shine the 100,000 cooling light rays of your all-pervading great love, subsiding the anguish of beings in this degenerate age. O supreme jewel of faith, regent of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, remain with us continuously, we pray. Om Swasti Tigme Kempe Kalo Yambaru, Kuga Sechen Sinse Budawa. Nidra Dosanam Kelo Busho, Seche Gawe Shakinta Suso, Om Swasti Jime Kempe Kalo Yamparu, Kagya Sechen Seste Bundawa, Nidra Dosanam Kelo Busho, Seche Gawe Shakinta Suso. Om Swasti, the dependent causation and the blessing infinity of long life deities, may Pema Longel prophesy natural emanation of the Tapu Central. Be firm in body, speech, and mind, like the king of the sounding drum, Amitabha. And may the great waves of his wishes for the teachings and beings spread out to their ultimate extent. Om Swasti, Sela Gyamsu Chinla Chinjule. Nun sin tak se you true bama Samsun nadre gyabo chatene La chen de shaitan kai sho Om Swasti se like am searching la tinjune Nun sin tak se you true bama Samsun nadre gyabo chatene La chen de shaitan kai sho. We pray for the good health of the lives. We pray for their precious lives to be long. We pray for their activities to spread and increase. May we be blessed, never depart from them. Lama Kunkam Sampo Sawade, Shudru Kusaye Viva Sawade, Rene Tashin Gepa Sawade, Lama Dandre Wa Mepa Chingi. Lama Kunkam Sampo Sawade, Shudru Kusaye Viva Sawade, Rene Tashin Gepa Sawade, Lama Dandre Wa Mepa Chingi. So, I mean, can you turn the AC, a little, so it's a little cooler now? Thank you. So I just want to explain this prayer because I know some of you, haven't heard the explanation. So, merit is this, like any kind of virtuous activity that we do creates merit. So that's what we mean by merit, essentially good karma. And then by this merit may all obtain omniscience. So omniscience means, like in this case, it's a synonym for full Buddhahood. May defeat the enemy of wrongdoing. So that's referring to karma, well, I'll be back It's our own wrongdoing that helps us to suffer. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, these are considered the four main streams of suffering in the human realm anyway. From the ocean of cyclic existence. So cyclic existence is this round of birth and death and birth and death and birth and death. We've been on it since the beginning of this time. And it's considered an ocean because it's vast and deep. May I free all beings. So that's again the bodhicitta motivation. So we dedicate the merit. It means like if we don't dedicate, it's fine. It just will come back to us, just us as just you as an individual. Meaning like good karma, virtuous activity results in happiness. Unvirtuous activity or unskillful activity results in suffering. So that's the idea, just like it will come back as happiness for yourself, which is great, but it can be so much more. So that's why when we dedicate it, we're sort of redirecting that energy so it can benefit all beings as well as ourselves. And also dedicating the merit. The teacher said dedicating the merit helps to preserve it so it can't be destroyed. So if we don't dedicate, then we get some kind of road rage on the way home. Then our merit is like out the window, you know. So this way, if we dedicate it, it's there. Thank God for dedication. That's all I gotta say. Ooh, man. All right. So we're gonna say that once in English, once in Tibetan. The rest we're just gonna say in English, and then we're gonna do this 20-syllable mantras of purification. So, but before we say this prayer, I do want to just really ask and request that you really please do it very strongly for, you know, all merit that was created as a result of this place being here. You know, all the people who, you know, came in contact with the Dharma, both in person and, you know, because of this place being here, the activities here, let's say, we really want to make a strong dedication for that. So yes, and really dedicate that sort of incredible merit, especially those of you who ever did any kind of work for Songtsen Gampo, any kind of volunteering activity, you know, so beneficial. It's really, really meritorious. So let's do that once in English, once in Tibetan. By this merit, we obtain omniscience, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of earth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of silent existence, may I be all peace. Donandi samche sipani, One te pranam samche shi, Egana chi bano tripai, Sive sole joa shu. And I changed my mind. I want the rest of the prayers once in English, once in Tibetan too, just because. May bodhicitta practice and sublime rise to this yet complete, and where it has arisen, may it never fail, but grow and flourish evermore and more. Chantu Simchu Rinpoche Make Bana Kikuchi Eva Nyamba Beba Bone Bondu Fel Show. As long as faith endures, as long as men be remain, until then they actually remain and dispel the miseries of the world. Ever absorbed in this play of forms of moral awareness, appearance, sound, and perception, state of entities, marvelous, and dark. May I, inseparable from the practice of the profound and secret great yoga, attain within the essence of mind the state of peace. Nandra Grisum Nana Chogunam Buddham Yesheropa Nebe Sarsam Nejo Champa Yeme Chugi Tile Shi Sho. So the 100 syllable mantra is about purifying any kind of mistakes that we may have made. So in that same vein, I just would like us to do this mantra with, some kind of heartfelt, like, healing any sort of errors that we may have made, especially if it was connected to this place. So let's do that. Om Vajra Sattva Sampaya Mamlikaya Vajra Sattva Sanova Tishtadrido Meva Suto Kayo Meva Suto Kayo Meva Anunakto Meva Swasiti Me Prayasa Savagam Susame Chitam Triya Guru Sawatata Gata Bhajana Devas Vajriva Sanaya Savam. Hey, can you collect those prayers, please? I'm going to give it to Rachel. And then I want to also hand out these blessing cords, or sometimes they're called protection cords, which Lucy very kindly brought back from France for us. So this was blessed by Stewardship Sister, right? Is that what you said, Lucy? Yes. Hello. Thanks. So I think they were blessed by Stewardship Sister. Her name is Chokila. She was a very accomplished practitioner in her own right. Just nod your head, yes or no. Was this blessed by, were these blessed by Chokila? Yes?
Yes,
Or-
the older
Okay,
sister.
thank you. All right, so. Yes, so, you can just, put them on. You want to be able to take it off, so don't make it too small. What I do is, I just, make a knot like that at the end, so that it kind of stays together. And then what you want to do is just take it off if you're taking a shower. It'll sort of get funky. And then just wear it until, I don't know, until praise or until you don't feel like wearing it anymore. In any case, what you want to do is don't throw it in the garbage. Okay? You don't want to wear it anymore. You can burn it, or you can put it outside, like in a tree or something. Okay. So if you probably easier if I just pass them around, right? Or if you want to come up, I don't know, that's better. Sure, while I make a decision, but I just come up. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you,
May I have one for Billy?
of course,
Thank you.
actually, if there's enough, take them for your kids too.
Oh,
But
and
let's
I'll
see if
check at the
it's-
end.
Let's see if this. Madam. Thank you. I like your pants too. Thank you. Where'd you get those? Gosh. Where? An ashram.
Yeah.
I can't compete with that.
Oh, trust me.
Okay. There you go. George, did you go? You're gonna pencil, okay. Thank you. And, nice to see you again. It's a good color in you. It's a good color in you. Thank you. And that's cool. Yes.
Annie Palmer, we were wondering if you can wear it as a bracelet too. Is that, or is it?
I think that you can.
I guess it's.
Yeah, I think that it's okay. Yeah. Yeah,
Your hair, like the,
well, that's why I take it off when I take a shower.
so I was putting the broken ones on my altar. Is that okay?
Yeah, and you could put the broken ones.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, So there's more here for your kids. So you may take. You know,
We'll protect them so they don't end up in a birthday.
yeah. I mean, you can also put them on your dog or cat. Well, I wouldn't recommend putting on a bird. A little much for a bird, but you know, you could do that too if you wanted to.
Don't
Great.
put
Think
them
my-
in the cages for you.
No.
I think my cat would eat it, but I've been a little bit worried about that.
Yes, I used to have one on Omani and I gave up because it's just too.
Oh, my cat just
Yes.
really likes to eat string.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Grady said it. What's the significance of the knock in the middle?
oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. So these are just blessed, you know, and they're meant to afford some kind of protection, you know. Who knows? And, you know. If I'm given one, I wear it. I have two right now.
I would assume
Two separate occasions. Huh?
Anything. I would assume that's what it's for.
I don't think so. As endless knot is a kind of, I don't think that's it. But you might be right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, if anybody finds out that, it never even occurred to me to ask the question. Let me. Usually have a very long questions for this section. Never get any sleep. So I want to say thank you again for coming this morning. Yes, Lucy, you want to say something?
These protection cords, these blessed cords reminds me of the great kindness of everyone that has done this. The great kindness
I
of
can't hear
the great
you.
kindness.
Start from the beginning because
Oh,
can you guys
okay. This
want the great
these
start from the
blessing,
beginning, please.
these blessing cords remind me of the great kindness of everyone that has
Oh.
endeavored to do this for us, from the people who prepare the cords to the older sister who blessed them, to just innumerable individuals that have made this possible, that we can have them here in Cleveland. It is so very special. And it reminds me of that every time as I have these on for however long I decide to do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's Lucy's take on like the personal relationship to these chords. Okay, so I just want to say again, thank you to everybody for coming today and for anything and everything that you've done here. Whether it's just participating in something or helping to run something or both. This is super, super appreciated. And you know, I complain a lot, actually. I try not to, but I do. And but actually, it's a huge privilege and an honor, you know, to have the opportunity to share the Dharma with you and with others. It really gives great meaning to my life if I can see it in the right way. So I appreciate that opportunity because if you all didn't come and didn't care and never showed up, then there's nothing for me to do. So just work on my own damn self. There's plenty there. So okay, so if you are able to stay for a little while, many hands make light work, as they say. That would be really appreciated. I did organize part of the basement last night. And if you're able to take some of the items that I set aside for donation to whatever organization you feel like donating those things to, that would be awesome and really, really helpful to us as well. So if you are able to stay, I don't know, can you just raise your hand so I know? Okay, good. That's a good number of people. Great. Thank you so much. So I guess should just get started with that. We need to use the restroom. Probably some of you want to do the same. Would anybody like some coffee? We can make coffee, but we don't have creamer. Yeah, right. So yes.
Do you still need boxes? Cause I have two boxes.
I do need boxes, yeah, so if you
We
want,
brought boxes.
you did too, now would be the time to bring those in. Uh, mm, uh, think probably the best thing right now would be to take the tablecloths off those tables in there and start putting stuff on the table. The boxes, honestly, I don't even know what to say. I don't know. There's, I think, plenty downstairs, so we don't need any downstairs. Yes.
Do you have tape? Cause my boxes are kind of broken down.
Yes, we have so much tape. We like could wallpaper this whole place. You know, I'm sure you guys have experienced this. You start to move out and you're like, what? I had that? I didn't know I had that. That was my experience in the basement. Yes.
Should we leave our shoes at the door or do we need shoes to go to the basement?
You need shoes in the basement, like me, it's filthy down there. You don't want to. My hands were just black, you know, and everything. So yeah, it's dirty down there. So you're gonna want shoes. So let's get going. I'm gonna say goodbye to my lovely Zoomers. So thank you for making it this morning and for everything you do. I love you very much and we'll see you soon.